All right, this one is about a riot between the Brooklyn Car and the Latin Kings. The Brooklyn Car and the Latin Kings. Sit back, I'm gonna tell you a ride so you understand how this thing play out in the prison system so you understand. All right, let's get this thing popping, man, because this is how we do it at the Mecca. All right. All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. This one's going to be about a riot in the FCI. That's the Federal Correctional Institute. That's supposed to be a medium security prison, less than a USP, which is the U.S. Penitentiary. That's where they got the high and the high max inmates at, so you understand. So it's supposed to be cool down here in the FCI. All right? The FCIs was overcrowded. So being that it was overcrowded, they turned the day room into, dormitories, right? Living quarters. They turned the day room into living quarters. I got the video playing in the back. Check it out. You know what I mean? Those are, day rooms behind me, and in the back is the dorm room that you're going to see. Now, they had these TV rooms, and the TV rooms was right next to each other, but when it got overcrowded, they knocked the wall out to make a doorway because the bathroom was only in one TV room and the other TV room didn't have a bathroom. So they had to put a wall so that when they put the beds in and they lock us in at night, that we could still go to the bathroom in the TV room that they turned into a day room, to live in, a dorm. So now when they did that, they got the Latin Kings that was living on one side, and then the blacks was living on the other side. But the bathroom was on the Latin King side. The Latin King respected that we had to go to the bathroom, so it was no problem for us to go over to their side, but they didn't want no blacks living over there on their side. We didn't have a problem with the Kings living on our side because, we wasn't dealing with the racism like that. Keep it 100, not trying to say that the Kings is racist, but this is what happened in this particular incident. Now, because they got black Latin kings too, so we're not going to say the kings is racist, because you got the rat bastards and flip-flop wearing public trolls that look for anything that I say so they could jump out there, but I speak facts, so they had to fall back right now. All right? So there was two TV rooms next to each other. They knocked down the wall, so you got that, to make a doorway so you could get to the bathroom. On one side, the Latin Kings was there. The other side, they had blacks. And then on that side, they had the Latin Kings. So we had to share the bathroom. We had to share the bathroom. They put a black dude in the Latin King side because the jail was overcrowded. And when you first come to the jail, to this FCI, to majority of the FCIs at that time, first they'll put you in the dorm room, which was like the reception room. So they put you in the day room where you living with a bunch of men, like what you see behind me. And then after you're there, for about 2 weeks, then they give you a chance to find somebody that's in the unit that has a 2-man cell, and you could move in with one of your homies. But when you get off the bus, being that you get there after 4, they throw your ass in the day room that turned into a dorm room. So they didn't have no place to put this black dude in any of the black dorms in the unit, and the dude was sent to that unit. So being that they didn't have anywhere to put him, they put him with the Kings. When they put him with the Kings, they didn't really want him over there, but they told him that he was only going to be there for a couple of days until, they make room, because they waiting on some people in the FCI to get transferred to another FCI or low or go home or whatever. Then they're going to move the black dude out the Latin King side. So once they did that, everything good, right? So when they put the black dude over there in the unit from Brooklyn, it was like, everything the black dude did, the Latin Kings was on him. I mean, everything this man did, they was on him. Like, he's up late night, and, at night they got it where you know, when the lights go out, they sell night lights on commissary. So when they sell the night lights, you get a night light, and you know, you lay in your bed, you clip the night light on your notepad, and you lay in the bed, and you know, you write your loved ones a letter, you do your motion to the court or whatever in the bed with the night light. Now everybody got their night lights up, and you know, the night light is just right there on your notepad. But every time this black dude pulls out his notepad, whenever he pulls out his notepad with his light, the it was this one dude, right? This one king that was there that was super racist. This one was racist. I'm gonna keep it 100. The kings ain't racist, but this individual was racist. So what the dude did was, the dude turned on his light and he up there, you know, he writing his little letter. He got his pad out. I'm trying to look for the yellow pad right there under my buckets. But he's writing his little letter, and while he's writing his letter, this dude would be like, you know, he twisted and turning under the covers like he can't sleep, acting like a female, you know, like the light bothering him. And this is a little night light, and dude's on the top bunk, you know what I mean? And he's under him, but he could just see the reflection that the light is on. It's a little bulb, man, a little flashlight bulb. So he's sitting and he's turning. So the black dude, you know, he ignoring him. So, you know, the next day he come over and he talked to me, the black dude, and he's like, yo, man, you know, this one king in there, he act like everything I do irk him. I know he don't want me in there. I know, you know, and this black dude was thinking, he was saying, I'm gonna keep it 100. He was saying, man, the kings is racist, man. You know, so the kings don't want me over there. You know, and I said, nah, they ain't racist. I get along with the kings all the time. I'll be over there chilling with him. He said, nah, but everything I do, they messing with me. This one dude, he keep messing with me about me having on my nightlight. And I'm like, nah, well, you know, ignore him. You know what I mean? You made it down to a FCI, because we all came from the penitentiary down to the FCI. And these kings that was there, you know, 90% of them never even been to the penitentiary, so they don't know they can lose their life that easy. So I'm telling him, yo, fall back, man. He's like, man, I'm ready to put that knife in him, man. I'm like, yo, dog, it ain't even worth it. Just slow down, man, you know? So he said, yeah, all right, you. So he goes back in the cell. And then later on now, you know, he gets up to go to the bathroom. So when he get up to go to the bathroom, he on the top bunk. When he jump down to go to the bathroom, the dude turn around and he trying to talk in broken English and Spanish. Come on, amigo, you make some noise when you jump down. Why you jump down so heavy? Man, dude is 240 pounds. He's jumping out of a top bunk. Of course, when his feet and the weight hit the ground, you're gonna hear a boom. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the dude is not even asleep. He's just laying down reading a book. And he see him swing his feet over the side. So he know he getting ready to come down. And he said, yo, excuse me, I'm getting ready to come down. So dude know he's coming. Then he jumped down. And then when he jumped down, dude tells him that he's making too much noise getting out the bed. So dude look at him like, man, I'm 240, nigga. How you expect me to get out the bed? And this dude wasn't no more than $140. So he said, man, how you expect me to get out the bed? Won't you move up here and let me get down here? Then you won't have to worry about me making noise getting out the bed. And you can get out the bed any way you want. You ain't got to worry about it. And dude got offended, like, and start talking in that Spanish language. We call it German. He starts speaking German. And he going off. So I'm next door, you know. So when they open the door up, he come tell me, he said, yo, man, you know, this dude sitting here, he trying me, son. I got out the bed last night and he telling me that I'm making too much noise. I said, what you mean, making too much noise? He said, talk about when I jumped down that I'm making too much noise. I said, what time was it? He said it was 9:30. They just turned the light out. I said, just turned the light out and you making too much noise? You had to get down to go to the bathroom? I said, you know what? He really trying you, man. I think we might have to let him, you know what a Brooklyn, you know, man really get down like, you know? And I was like, nah, but just chill out, man. Just chill out. You know, I'm going to talk to today's supervisor, you know, today's shot caller and let him know what's going on. So, you know, he said, nah, don't even do that. You don't even do that. I'm not even going to get into that because this is a medium. So, you know, if I try and talk to them and they get out of hand, I'm telling you now, I'm putting a knife in them. I said, yeah. All right. So now he's sitting there again. So now we play basketball, we come back in, we taking the shower. And, you know, when dude come out the shower and he get dressed, he's sitting there, he putting lotion on, and the Spanish dude is sitting there telling him, Migo, you have to slap yourself so hard to put on lotion? Why you make so much noise to put on lotion? So he looked at him and said, man, dog, you gonna tell me how to put lotion on my body? You know? And he said, but you're making so much noise, I can't even think because you keep, you know? And dude looked at him like, oh, you serious? you know? And I already know what's going through my man mind. My man thinking, right now, I just want to put the knife straight in his eye and just, you know, just shut him down, you know? So, of course, my man come talk to me again. And he only gave him all these chances because I kept telling him, man, give me your word you're going to chill out when you go back in there, man. They're going to move you out in a minute. As soon as something even open up in my joint, I get you moved over there, you know. But like I said, he on the king side. They don't want him over there on the king side. But all the kings wasn't acting like that. It was just this one dude that was messing with him, you know. So he sat back. And now we go eat. We in the kitchen. And when we in the kitchen, so happen the dude is behind him, behind the Brooklyn dude in line when he go get his tray. So when he go get his tray, my man seen somebody that he wanted to talk to in the administrative staff, like the unit manager. So he said, yo, I'll be right back. And he told everybody he'd be right back. He stepped out the line. He went and hollered at him. And when he came back, he got in line. And when he get in front of the dude said, man, yo, what are you doing? You getting in front of me? He said, man, I was just right here. You know what I mean? I went to talk to dude and I told you I'll be right back. And now he acting like he don't understand English. No, you wasn't here. You wasn't here. You know? So my man, he ready to hook off on him. So I grabbed him by his wrist real quick and said, yo, family, chill out. You in the kitchen. If you snuff him right now, we all going to tear this joint up. And we all going to get transferred. Because that's one thing. If you fight in the kitchen, everybody goes down. You know? So he like, yo, I'm telling you, man, I'm going to crush this dude. I'm going to crush this dude. I said, family, don't even do it. Just fall back, man. Fall back. All right? So now we get the tray and we sitting down, we eating, and now we bring it to the masses of, you know, the New York car. And we all talking. Because, you know, New York, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, we all hang together. Jersey, Philly, you know, we all together, you know, D.C., you know, Baltimore. We all one, right? So we sitting there and we eating and he telling them what's going on. So I'm like, yo, I'm trying to calm the homie down, man. It took him 10 years to get down here to the FCI. It took me 20 years to get down to the FCI. This time like 17. It took me 17 years to make it to the medium. So I'm not trying to screw that off, you know what I mean, over no dumb German acting up. That's what we called them. No disrespect to the kings, but that's what we called them. So dude is like, man, I'm telling you, man, one more and that's it, you know? So everybody's trying to tell him, yo, fall back, man, just relax. It ain't even that serious, you know what I mean? The dude don't mean no harm. Look at him. You'll crush him. You smack him one time, you knock him out. Smack him from here back to Puerto Rico, you hit that man. And we all start laughing, right? So now, that night, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. So that night, we in the joint and my man is up there and it's like 2 a.m. and he got hungry. So he reached over in his locker and he got out a bag of chips and he laying down. He reading his little book with the nightlight. And while he's reading his book, he's eating the chips. So he putting his hand in the bag. And you know how the bag make noise and it's crunching, you know? So the dude under him, he tapping on the bottom of the bunk. Boom, boom, boom. He said, why you make so much noise? So my man said, what? He said, man, why you make so much noise? So my man said, yo, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. And he went back to eat. So now when he go back to eating, the dude knock again. So the Brooklyn dude jumps out the bed, you know what I mean? And when he jumps out the bed, he said, yo, what's up? Come on, get up. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you a fair one. I'm going to knock you out, you know? So when he tell him that, all the other kings wake up because it's 2 a.m. So he wakes up, you know, all of us from the dorm next door where they broke the wall down that we got to share the bathroom with the kings. We hear the noise. We run over there. So now we all in the standoff and we all getting ready to fight. But from all the noise and, you know what I mean, now the police come. So when the police come down there, they rush the cell and they said, what's going on? What's going on? And of course, the Brooklyn dude said, man, ain't nothing, officer, ain't nothing. Because he waiting for police to leave so he could crush the dude. And then the dude that was giving him a hard time, he got his nerve to say, no, this Moreno, he sit here and he jump out the bed, he make a noise. He slap himself when he taking a shower. And, you know, he got the nightlight on, you know, when I'm trying to sleep. And now middle of the night, he want to make all this noise. And the police said, what is he doing making noise? He said, no. So the dude said, man, officer, I'm eating my chips in my bed that I bought from commissary. That's it, man. You know, I don't want no problems. And the dude said, no, but it make too much noise. It bothered me. So the police said, oh, so now he see what's going on because the dude dry snitching on himself. So the police grabbed both of them, the Brooklyn dude and the Latin King. and they take them both to the lieutenant office, and they put them in two separate what you call holding tanks for them to calm down so everybody else would get some sleep, and they deal with it in the morning. So breakfast time comes. So when breakfast time comes, we all go eat. And now we all in the kitchen and we telling the other Brooklyn dudes what happened. The Latin Kings telling the Latin Kings what happened. But the Latin Kings, they saying it in a way like my man was violating, got the light, like got the bright light on in the joint, trying to write all hours of the night when all he had was a little light night. But they made it like he had the light on in the ceiling. That's the way they tell him. Then they say, oh, he sleep with his boots on and he jumping out the bed with his boots, boom, 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 making all this noise. And, my man on them, he can't sleep. So they've been going back and forth. So, this is how they tell them. So now they got the Latin Kings riled up and they ready to go to war for this. But the Brooklyn dudes was already ready to go because you're ready, Brooklyn on a short fuse. So now the Latin King's ready to go because the way the dude presented it. Because he said, yeah, middle of the night, he wanted to sit there and eat chips. And I'm thinking about this, right? And y'all think about it. I said, don't go to prison, man. Don't break the law. Y'all don't want no parts of this stupid foolery. So now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I made all the way to the FCI, so now I'm a thinker. So I said to myself, yo, the man is eating some chips because he's hungry in the middle of the night. And that's the dorm right there where you just seen with all those beds. So I said, and eating some chips. And the dude is giving him a hard time about eating his chips. Said it's making too much noise. I said, for real, I would put the knife in him if a dude did that to me. But now I got to be the voice of reason to talk to the next man to try and calm him down. And being that dude respected me, he calmed down. But right now, I got to take the leash off him. I got to take the leash off the dog, man. I've been keeping the leash on the dog to keep him from eating a little, Puerto Rican dude. But, I took the leash off him. So that's when I told him, I said, yo, family, look, whatever you want to do, when we go in there tonight and they close the door, you understand, the police lock down, and right after they count, everybody, we're going to get our knives out and we're going to just run over there and you going to handle your man. If any of the other kings jump up, we got your back. So that's it. That's where we at. You know what I mean? So now it's on after 10 o'clock. So the homie said, nah, man, nah, because he from Brooklyn, like I said, and we all mess with each other, Brooklyn, Jersey, Harlem, the Bronx, Philly, DC. He got a lot of Muslims in the car, so we all run together. So dude is like, nah, I ain't going to let everybody crash out. I ain't going to let everybody crash out, He said, man, I'm going to handle it before lockdown. You know what I mean? So now we in the joint, and he go get his knife. He go get like 3 of his homies, and dude goes, and he go take a shower in his flip-flops. Yes, he was a flip-flop wearing rat bastard because he already told what was going on with the police, and now he wearing flip-flops coming from the shower instead of his boots, So when he come back in his flip-flops, and nobody was holding him down. When we go to the shower, we hold each other down. But it's FCI, so they don't do all of that. But the homie came from the pen, so we still on that time. So when he come walking in with his flip-flops, so as he came in with his flip-flops, the homie ran in there with like 3 other Brooklyn cats. I ain't gonna say no name. They ran up in there, man, and dude just started working him. I ain't gonna front. He gave him a fair one first, you know what I mean? Because he had the knife on him. But he just went in there and he punched him in his face and he backed up, you know what I mean, to give him room to fight. So when he backed to give him room to fight, he started yelling in Spanish, telling them to help him. You understand what I'm saying? And the Latin Kings, they used to moving together as a unit. Got to give them their props too. So once he did that, instead of, because we're in the FCI though, in the penitentiary, they would let it get a fair one. Because all he did was go in there and let him know, like, yo, we ain't got to talk no more. Boop. And hit him in his mouth. You know what I mean? So that they could go ahead and fight. And our people gonna make sure that he get a fair one. The king's gonna make sure he get a fair one, but not in the FCI. So when he did that and he started yelling after my man, punched him in the mouth, then next thing you know, all the Latin kings jump up, but they didn't even have their knives ready because this is their living quarters. You know what I mean? So you got to keep it hidden in case the police come in, do a random shakedown under the bed or under the mattress or under your locker or whatever, looking for knives. So they didn't even have their knives out, and dude went to the shower, like I said, in flip-flops, so they wasn't prepared for nothing. But, the homies came in with their knives, they prepared. So when the Latin kings jumped up and they tried to rush, because it was more of them, I ain't gonna front, it was more the Latin kings because, homie went in their house. Cause like I said, the homie was living there, and that was the only black person in there, and that's what the problem was. So now all the other Latin kings, that was in there, they jump up, about maybe 8, 9 of them, they jump up, and when they run up over there, like they wanted to fight, You know, the Brooklyn cats pulled out their knives, and we outside, we holding the door down to make sure nobody go run to the door to go look in, because that's the biggest form of telegraphing. You see, like the door behind me, I'm gonna show you. You know, the dorm is there, and then they got these big bay windows. That's the windows you see in the back, and the dorm is behind that window. So normally people run to the window to see the fight, if it's a fight, like how dude just threw his hands up, right? So instead of that, we stood outside the joint, and we leaned up like, you know, we just talking outside the door, making sure that, you know, the rest of the people don't go, because by the time this went on now, they was making so much noise in there, the whole unit heard it, so they want to run over. So we got to tell them, you know, we all strapped, so we had to tell them, yo, back up and mind your business, back up and mind your business. So we kept everybody back up and mind your business. So they in there and they working. So the Brooklyn dude just starts stabbing up the Latin Kings, and they trying to fight, and they running all through, you know, the black side, trying to get out the door, you know what I mean? But, you know, of course, we holding the door over there too. So they wound up punishing them in the cell. You know, everybody take a loss, you know what I mean? So don't think I'm disrespecting the Kings. I'm just giving you the story of where it went down, because this is prison. So some of them tried to run out that didn't want no parts of it, try to run out through the black side, because when they tried to go out through the Latin King side, the homies was leaning up on the door and had his foot on the door, and everybody out there, and we making sure nobody ran up to the door to come look in, because if they come and run and look in, then the police is going to see the crowd. They're going to come over there, they're going to hit the deuces, and the fight going to break up before you get a chance to murder your man. You know what I mean? So we telling everybody move, you know? So now, when they try to run out the other side, they couldn't get out the other side. Now, the homies that was on the other side, they winds up punishing them on that side, because now they violating, they coming on the black side, when the whole issue was about a king, about a black dude on the king side. And now they trying to escape the drama and the knife play, so they try to run through the black side. When they try to run through the black side, they crushed them. Everybody crushed them. You know what I mean? Boop, 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 boop. So now what's going on? So now they done pulls them up out of there. Right? The police comes, you know, after a while, the police come, blood everywhere. I mean, blood everywhere. Teeth is everywhere. It was crazy. Could you imagine just teeth and blood everywhere? So now when the police come, they run up in there, and the police knew what was happening, but being that we kept it contained, that it wasn't on the camera, because in the units, they got cameras just like you in Walmart, how they caught that, whatever that kid name was, a little boom or whatever it was, with the camera where they could see it. The police watching it on the camera, but they liked the way we held it down and made it look like nothing. So it was going on, so that they could act like if, they didn't know what was going on, but they loved the drama too. I ain't gonna front. The police love when we punish each other. So when the police finally come, they run up in there and they grab them and they take them out, right? So now they grab them and they take them out. And when they take them out, the Latin Kings that was on the compound, right, that wasn't in the unit, those Latin Kings that was there, when they heard about what happened, you understand? They wasn't feeling it because the blacks put their hands on a king. Let's get that straight. The rest of them on the compound wasn't feeling it, because this was contained to one unit. So being that happened now it's getting ready to spill out on the compound, where everybody getting ready to fight and go to war, But now, I'm sitting there and I say to them, I said, yo, you already know what it is. Everybody strap up, because when they open the door, it's definitely going to be a war, because they're going to hear about what was going on. But what it was, Brooklyn dude was just tired of it. You know what I mean? That's how simple it is to lose your life in prison. And that comes from, I spoke to the homie, and the homie said the reason why he was tired of it was because it was the principle of the thing. Did you hear what I just said? The principle of the thing. I got so many videos on this channel, right? Subscribe if you're not subscribed, first of all. But I got so many videos. Put in Unique Mecca audio and then put in the word principle, and I broke it down in that video. If you want me to do another video on principle, I'll do another video on how deadly and what the principle is in prison, But now everything, getting ready to go off, so they done broke that up. And this is FCI, so they didn't even lock the jail down. They didn't even lock the jail down after that happened. They just contained it in a unit, and then they let it go, and then they called the next move. As soon as they called the next move, and as soon as they opened up the door, and everybody went out there, and now the blacks is strapped, the Latin Kings is strapped, everybody's ready to go to work. I mean, it's time for war. You know what I mean? What you think happened next? I'm gonna just tap out right here. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.